Dela Wright, my MVVs, welcome.
Yes, so Dela Wright report has it that there is still serious panic going on in Ife as, this Aruñ Ikōkun is beginning to target children. They say a lot of kids, small kids, belonging to traditionalists. Yes, so traditionalists, those who believe, who are traditional worshippers, okay? That the children are beginning to be very sick, small children. And this is mounting so much pressure on the Great Lion because the Great Lion, they said that is going to stop when the jewel returns. So right now, the fight is that the jewel needs to return. They said the atmosphere in Ile-Ife was heavy on Sunday morning. Even the wind seemed to carry whisper of fear. For days, strange things had been happening. Children falling sick suddenly, crying in their sleep, screaming at night, and some even fainting with no explanation. Mothers were restless, fathers were confused, and the entire palace was in panic. People were saying that Aruñ Ikōkun, the same dark affliction that took Iyamojusola and other life, it's targeting children now. They say the Ifa priest had been silent for long, but the situation had gotten out of hand. It was no longer something they could ignore. That morning, the most respected among them, Baba Alakoso, that is an Ifa priest, gathered the elders and palace chief under the big tree beside the sacred ground. His voice was trembling when he spoke, not out of fear of men, but out of the weight of what he was about to reveal. My fathers and mothers of the land, he began. The gods have spoken again. The rod that is moving in this land now is not ordinary. Aruñ Ikōkun has shifted its focus. It is now targeting the innocent, the children. A loud murmur spread among the elders. Some gasped, some shook their head in disbelief, while others just sat quietly looking at the ground. A lot of them started blaming the Oba, that is the Great Lion. They have been blaming him, dragging him, keep like a pass your neighbor generator. Now, why are they dragging him? They are dragging him because they feel like this is something that he can, turn around. Like this is something that he has the capacity of doing, but he doesn't want to do it because of maybe he is still angry over the things that have been done to, the jewel. They feel that is his anger, and that is why he is not doing anything to avert this situation. They feel like he has everything. He has the authority to tell the jewel, return today, and the jewel will return. But the Gisaigo people are saying, return to where now? Return to where? When everything is no longer about the tradition, when everything is no longer about what matters, it's all about politics, your daughters and all of that. Return to where so that you will give our rolling house a name. We do not honor tradition. Return to where exactly? Have they done Ofarende? So if they have not done Ofarende, how come, how come you want the jewel to return now? Now they started blaming Iyanifa. They said it is Iyanifa that is instructing the Great Lion on what to do. Because as we are hearing what is going on, they said Iyanifa had, foreseen this like 2 months ago, that Iyanifa had mentioned to the Great Lion that something like this was going to happen. That the same jewel that they do not want to see with their eye, they will be begging the jewel. They will beg the jewel with their might for the jewel to return back to the same palace, that they have not seen anything. And when that time comes, the Great Lion should not answer them. The Great Lion should focus on whatever it is that he is doing. That the Great Lion should not answer them at all. And that is exactly what the Great Lion is doing right now. They are doing everything and saying everything. The Great Lion is not even answering them. So they say Baba Alakoso, that is Anifa priest, continue. The spirit says the land is not at peace because the rightful, queen of the throne is still away. Until she returns, the balance will not be restored. The children crying at night are not sick. They are seeing what we cannot see. The spirits are angry that the bond between the Oba and the jewel remains broken. And no matter what is done, as long as the Oba, that is the great lion, and the jewel are still separated in the physical, that there is nothing, that balance will never return. He paused, letting the word sink in. You may bring doctors, you may bring healers from every corner, but until the jewel steps her feet back into Ilefe, no one, young or old, will be completely safe. Not even myself, who is speaking right now. They said the Oloris were present. He said they looked shaken. Some of them exchanged nervous glances. Even those who had silently rejoiced when the jewel left the palace could feel the tension. It was becoming clear that the matter had gone beyond palace politics. The gods themselves were involved now. They said one of the elderly chiefs, Chief Ade Woyi, stood up and said, "But Baba, what if she refuses to return? The shame, the quarrel, the misunderstanding, do you think she can forgive all?" The same Baba said this has got nothing to do with her, that let them speak to their Oba, that is the jewel, the great lion. Baba Alo Koso closed his eyes for a few seconds before replying. Forgiveness is not what the gods are demanding. They are demanding restoration. The throne and the jewel are two hive of one divine purpose. When you separate them, you open the door for darkness to walk freely until she steps back, until her prayer echo again in the palace courtyard. Peace will continue to run away from this land. That very evening, reports started spreading like wildfire in one household near they say Enuwa, a child suddenly started shouting and crying and being very sick, running temperature with scabies all over his body. A child that has been okay. Now they are running all over the place, thinking of what they can do and what they can say to the Oba, that's to the great lion, and what they can say to the jewel and what they can do. They are begging and begging. And the great lion said it's going to stay that way until everything is done, until the jewel returns back. It's going to stay that way. And so that happens to be the reason why everybody is angry, because they feel like it is Iyanifa who has instructed the great lion on what to do. Now, the fact that the great lion is not doing everything to bring the jewel back like immediately is because he is, going by what Iyanifa had instructed him to do. Going to bring you more updates. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and shouldn't be seen as fact.